The world's descending into chaos. There's war in the Middle East and in Ukraine. North Korea continues to threaten Japan and the US. China threatens the invasion of Taiwan. It's not an exaggeration to state that we've lost our deterrence, our ability to keep the peace. We are one small miscalculation from the situation getting out of control and turning into a full-fledged global war. It's the beginning of a new Cold War between the West and the so-called axis of tyranny, Russia, China, Iran, and North Korea. How the hell did we get here? What can we do about it? What will we do about it? I'm Paul Struhsaker, and I'm the author of the book, How the Hell Did We Get Here? A Citizen's Guide to the New Cold War and the Rebuilding of Deterrence. The book is a comprehensive guide to help readers unpack and understand the emerging new Cold War and our need to rebuild deterrence. The book is divided into 3 sections. A World Separated, where we look at the political leaders of this new axis of tyranny, their motivations, grievances, and ambitions. We also introduce the theory of deterrence and the rules of engagement to de-escalate a crisis once it's started. The second section is rebuilding deterrence. And this talks about the real-world elements that make up deterrence, the levers of power that our leaders use to create and maintain deterrence. And these include economic and political sanctions, intelligence and situational awareness, command, control, and communications, missile defensive weapon systems, and the ultimate deterrence, strategic nuclear weapons. We'll also take a look at the new theater of war, space. Finally, we look at the human factor, leadership, a view of the United States' leadership, to be specific, our strategies and credibility, what we can do and why we should do it. And finally, the book will conclude with your part in all of this. Yes, you have an important part to play in rebuilding deterrence. After all, you live in a democracy. And as informed citizens, you play a critical role in this new Cold War by selecting our leaders to meet this growing crisis. As for me, my journey in writing this book started in 2022, when Vladimir Putin issued his nuclear threats at the start of the invasion of Ukraine. I researched and wrote a series of blogs to address the many questions I received from nervous friends and family about nuclear war. Can it be survived? And if so, how? And as I performed my research, I realized that the world was descending into yet another Cold War. Yet few people understood or even cared about growing global chaos beyond any of Putin's threats. And this lack of concern became a call of action for me to inform you, the reader, to be engaged. My career started at the height of the Cold War as an intelligence analyst for the NSA, the National Security Agency. As part of my assignments, I was a Navy nuclear submarine officer and master diver. When the first Cold War ended, my path led me to become an international technology executive. And I've spent 3 decades leading global product development teams and leading international standards in the areas of Wi-Fi, cellular, and satellite. From China to Mumbai, Berlin to Silicon Valley, I've worked with thousands of engineers, product developers, and a broad assortment of government, regulatory, and trade agencies. And this experience provides me with a fresh, outside the Washington Beltway, real-world, practical view of this complex subject. I have to deal with the trade and economic impacts of this new Cold War every day. So I'm Paul Struhsaker. The book is How the Hell Did We Get Here? A Citizen's Guide to the New Cold War and Rebuilding Deterrence. And I sincerely hope you will buy and read this book and recommend it to others. Sure, the world's a mess, but we can fix it, and it starts with you. By staying informed and demanding that our leaders, regardless of party affiliation, make rebuilding deterrence a priority, we won't be safe.